What is blue and sounds like a whale?
Is it a blue whale?
And we're off for a roaring start.
What does a whale sound like?
They're really soothing. You know,
Yeah.
they have those tapes to help you get to sleep.
Yeah.
Steve, how far away are you? 1,500 miles. You hear me? Yes, the sound is loud and clear. What are you eating? Plankton. What colour are you? Blue. You sound like a whale.
Also, we don't know what it means. It could be soothing to us, but they're saying, I'm choking on the plastic.
Yes. Can I just remind everybody that this season is the letter Q.
Q, something...
So-
Q. The Queen.
What is blue and sounds like a whale?
A quail!
Yes, a blue quail is the correct answer.
We're doing Christmas cracker jokes.
No, we're just trying to upset
As
Alan.
in, what is orange and sounds like? A parrot.
What is orange?
A carrot.
Oh, sorry. So the blue quail lives in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
It's one of about 40 species of quail worldwide. Actually, only the males are blue. Girls, they're brown with buff underparts. What did quail teach us about sex in space, do you suppose?
They sent quails up to space.
Yes, they could, in fact, be called the very first extraterrestrial life form.
OK, I'm going to take a mad guess.
Yep.
They taught us how to be caring lovers.
Well,
They sent the eggs up.
they did send the eggs up. They were the very first vertebrates to be born in space.
In zero gravity.
They went up into the Mir space station in 1990, part of the Russian program. They wanted to find out if quail would be a good food source for a long-term mission. So 8 of them hatched out of that lot, but they couldn't cope with zero gravity. So they simply couldn't latch on and feed themselves at all. What they discovered was it completely removes their sex drive.
What?
Yes, entirely going up into space. The females stopped ovulating, the males had reduced testosterone levels, and both sexes exhibited an absolute apathy to mating.
So this means my girlfriend's been to space.
Maybe.
I'd be all right if Sandra Bullock drifted by in her underwear. And I'd be... Oh, there's Sandra. I knew she'd be here.
Sorry, I'm having trouble concentrating. I'm just thinking about Sandra Bullock. But there seems to be a great deal of interest in the sex life of quails. So this is one of my favourite studies. So the University of Kentucky in 2011, they received a massive grant from the National Institute of Health to study what the effect of cocaine is on the sex drive of the Japanese quail.
Everyone's just deep-frying everything and see what happens.
Here's the thing that will surprise you. Apparently, the cocaine was linked to increased risky sexual behaviour. What can't I hear you do in space?
That's a very poor fitting. I never get my head in that thing.
It's fantastic.
You cannot hear sound in space. So when you see films, pew, 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 wrong, because you wouldn't hear the pew, 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 because you couldn't hear any sound.
What is that?
That's a recreation of, so, it's a space battle.
Space battle, OK.
When I get excited about something, I pretend I've got like a missile launcher and I go. Do you not do that in the car if you're in a traffic jam?
Just give me the answer. What's the answer?
Sound? Screaming sound?
So you can hear screaming then?
Well, it's a vacuum, right? Sound can't reverberate.
But there are conditions where you could hear a scream, and that is what I'm going to come to.
Yes, I know, but
she
for
got you there.
No, she has not got me there, because the question as it was presented by my learned friend was, what can we hear in space? Answer scream, and I said, because space is completely silent, which he said, and I went, did I just talk to myself?
No.
Because I thought I just said
What
that.
I did not say...
Oh, God, I wish I was in space!
I I did not say what you might be wearing.
Oh, well, for the love of God, Sandy. This is like
And this picture was a clue. So, sound is caused by the vibration of molecules, and if you didn't have a spacesuit on, it would be almost impossible to hear anything at all. However, astronauts can talk to each other by touching helmets. So...
I'm off. All right, ta-ra.
So the sound vibrations, they travel through the air inside the spacesuits and inside the glass, enough for them to be able to communicate with raised voices. And in fact, NASA teach this to the astronauts as a sort of backup in case radio communication fails.
Sure.
So we're going to try it. You've
So
both
why you
got...
don't get any lesbians in space?
You've both got helmets. Pop them on.
That smells really bad.
They're enormous, much bigger than mine.
Brian,
It's much bigger, but mine looks exactly like Caesar.
stand up and touch helmets and see if you can, if it helps you to hear. Now talk to each other.
Hello.
I've always loved you. I just like...
Does it make a difference?
Hello. Hello. Not really, Sandy, I'll be honest.
We can't hear you.
Can I take it off now?
No. Yeah, no, go ahead. Could you feel the vibrations through the helmet?
I don't think I could really hear, but I don't really understand her at the best of times, so...
No, that is fair. Here is another. It's Christmas, time for Her Majesty's speech, but what did people sing before there was a national anthem? God Save the King, when does that come from?
I imagine it's Victorian.
I don't think that God Save the King started in Victorian times.
No.
That...
No. That's a very good point.
Wouldn't it be Rule Britannia?
Well, they're performed publicly in the same year. So God Save the King it was, first publicly performed in 1745. But there is a third patriotic song which is much older, used to be more popular than either of those things. It was called Britain's Strike Home. It was written by Henry Purcell in 1695 for a production of a play about... I don't know what we say anymore. Did we say Boudicca?
Yeah, Boudicca.
Boudicca is the way forward.
We still say Boadicea in Essex, where she lived.
I expect you've got it right. It was sung by a druid to whip up resistance against the Romans, and it used to be hugely popular, this song. The entire House of Commons sang it spontaneously in 1797 when war was declared by Pitt. It was played on board ship during the Battle of Trafalgar. The last recorded instance of it being played as a sort of patriotic rallying cry is December 1914. But it's since fallen out of public consciousness, so we've got a quick version performed by the Academy of Ancient Music. Have a listen to this.
Britain's strike home, revenge our country's wrongs. Fight, fight and record, fight, fight and record yourselves in new songs.
Do you like it? You come from a composing family.
In terms of kind of patriotic songs,
Yeah.
I prefer Three Lions.
It was written in the kebab house. 3 in the morning. Fight!
Fight!
OK, so we are all going to sing. Here we go.
Strike home, revenge your country's wrongs. Fight, fight and record, fight, fight and record yourselves in druid songs.
That was really shit.
It felt like dinner at Nigel Farage's house.
General ignorance. Fingers on buzzers, please. What is the most expensive liquid on Earth?
It's probably a wine. Oh,
Yeah, anybody else?
Elvis's bathwater. There's someone doing little vials of beef.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Go online, have a look.
And people are buying
Little
it.
vials of bathwater.
Yeah, because when he died, everybody went, oh, I know, save the bath
Yeah,
water.
exactly, yeah.
I thought he died on the toilet.
Yeah, that's much cheaper, that water.
We think the answer is probably racehorse semen. There is an internet factoid that says scorpion venom is the most expensive liquid on Earth. It is 30 million pounds per gallon. But here's the thing about scientists. They've worked out a new way of breeding and milking scorpions. It's brought the price right down. Oh, yes.
Oh, they've ruined the market's crash.
I know. You can now get a gallon of scorpion venom for a mere £70,000.
Now, come on, Daisy, put your stinger in the milker.
A gallon is a lot.
It is a lot. You can get a gallon of LSD for £123,000.
It's on off Waitrose.
Chanel number 5, £20,000 per gallon. Printer ink, £2,000 per gallon. We're heading down the prices here.
Shit, that is a racket, isn't
That
it?
is a racket. But the most expensive liquid that we can find seems to be racehorse semen. So, for a mare to be serviced by a famous thoroughbred called Galileo would cost the owner about £540,000. The average volume of a stallion's ejaculation is 65 mil. So, Galileo would have to ejaculate 70 times in order to produce 1 gallon of semen, and so his semen would be worth almost £50 million per gallon. It is the most expensive thing.
Wow!
I know.
How much is a man's semen worth?
Yours, £1.
Yeah.
What, a gallon? In Poundland.
Horse semen is much more expensive than printer ink, but even if it was cheaper, it would probably cause some kind of paper jam. Now, what is traditional marmalade made from?
Quinces?
Oranges.
A roller coaster might make you queasy, but what can it cure? Yes.
Thrush.
Actually, that thrush with that thing between your legs, that's going to make it worse. God, I went and did Go Ape yesterday. It was quite something in terms of the harness, remember?
It's not comfortable.
Been used by a lot of other people.
So what happens on a roller coaster?
Hiccups. Will it cure hiccups?
I would imagine it might cure hiccups.
I got stuck on a roller coaster at Alton Towers.
Oh, see, my idea of hell.
Yeah, I got stuck in the black hole.
What?
This is the kind of audience I want for my anecdotes.
What is the black hole, Danny?
So it's a roller coaster in the dark, and it's one of those roller coasters where you're straddling someone.
Sorry, you
Hang on a
what?
minute.
So you get on, and you both in like a cart, and one of you has to sit with your legs out, and then the other kind of sits like...
Oh, OK. And you were the one with the legs out?
I was the one with the legs out.
Were you with the stranger? Did you not need...
Yes!
What? Oh! Right, where are your
'Cause
friends?
I was in a 3, and those two paired up,
Okay.
and I wasn't going to, like, miss out on the black hole, and then we just ran out of momentum. I mean the cart, not, like, the conversation. And we were there for about 5 minutes, just sat there. At one point, you could hear the other carts coming down. It was absolutely terrifying. And then they got us off in the end, and they went, you can have free tickets to go again. We were like, no!
Just the guy had a soaking wet back from where you pissed yourself.
So it is the back that we are thinking about, OK.
Sciatica.
Well, no, something much more painful. Possibly even more painful than childbirth. It's considered to be one of the most painful things you can have in the world.
Kidney infection.
It's kidney stones.
Kidney stones.
It's kidney stones.
They're more painful than childbirth.
I have had them. Unbearably painful. Wow. So in 2018, an Ig Nobel Prize was awarded to 2 urologists who discovered a really quick way to quash kidney stones. So they had several patients who said they'd passed kidney stones when they were on a roller coaster. So they made a silicone cast of a kidney. They filled it with actual urine. They added 3 artificial kidney stones, and they took it on Disney World's Big Thunder Mountain. And apparently, most effective is riding at the back of the coaster. Passage rate of 64%.
Wow!
Yeah, compared to 17% if you sit at the front. So much better to sit at the back.
Is there somewhere, like, just pictures of 2 people than a picture of a kidney on a roller coaster?
What is the biggest thing you could buy with £1?
Is it a whale? Pound sterling.
Yes.
Sort of visualise the shelves in Poundland. Don't remember any whales there. You can get an ironing board, something like that.
Think about football.
Football, football club?
Oh. Not Aston Villa or someone like that.
Chelsea Football Club. Ken Bates bought it for £1 in 1982. He later, Bates, sold the club to Roman Abramovich in 2003 for 140 million. Today it's estimated to be worth 1.5 billion. Other companies that have been bought for £1, British Home Stores, Barings Bank, Reader's Digest, Homebase. It doesn't have to be £1. When Rover was sold to BMW, it was 10 quid. But you have to have something. It's a legal necessity in a contract. It's called a consideration. Something has to be paid. It used to be known as the peppercorn, like peppercorn rent. Bath University still pays an actual peppercorn to the city as ground rent.
What?
Yeah, it's... What?
How does that
Have you
work?
woken up? What's happened? When you have a legal contract, if I'm going to sell you this card, you must give me something for it.
A pen.
All right, there you are. That's it, and I'll have the pen. Which is quite nice. Thank you.
No, they're the old answers. Are they physically doing it still? Are the university actually going to
the city and
giving them a peppercorn?
It's become a sort of ritual.
Do you think the peppercorns get used?
I like that the city might be building up to a whole mill.
Yeah.
The new 12-sided pound coin, it's got a number of features that make it more difficult to counterfeit. Anybody know what they might be?
Is it a weight thing?
No, it's a kind of hologram. So if you look, this is just below the Queen's head, and if, depending on the light, it either says £1 or a pound symbol. If you see, just if you flip the coin, it's a good noise from everybody. Ooh.
That's all the forgers. Coachload of forgers in. Oh.
That's your G&T. Now time for some shots. So you've all got a shot glass of something beside you. So, Alan, having a look at yours, what do you think it might be?
Do you want me to drink it?
Yeah, have a taste, yes, have a taste.
A taste?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it... If I drank it all, would I die?
No, I'm not allowed to kill you.
It sounds to me like you've said that before.
I have to say the contract this year has been particularly tricky to negotiate. What does it taste of?
I just drank that. I've got no idea what it is.
Any thoughts of what it tastes of?
It tastes... I'm getting
gravel from the A1
inside of a wardrobe. It hasn't been opened in a couple of years.
It's as close as we can get to what the gladiators used to drink. So they quaffed a drink which was made from ash, vinegar and water in order to help... Are you enjoying it more or less now?
Basically, what you're drinking there is a burnt-down chip shop.
So,
getting Savaloys.
What we know is the gladiators were mostly vegetarian. They had a diet of lots of lentils and lots of beans. We know this from QI's great friend Pliny the Elder. I have to say, things he wrote, we have to take them with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because he also said, drinking bull's blood cures snake bites and turnips provoke lust.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. These are kind of early energy drinks. And the nearest we can find to the kind of ash thing is activated charcoal shots. And people do drink them now, and adherents say it's fantastic for, I don't know, hangovers, increasing your energy. I have to warn you that it can cause constipation and make your poo black. Just
No change there.
OK, so a little bit of ash for you. Let's come on to Phil. So, charioteers.
I'm straight away malt vinegar right out of the trap.
OK.
Some malt vinegar. It tastes like watered-down malt vinegar, but I'm getting a bit of a salty back end on it.
Yeah, so, well...
I think you've said that before as well.
Had we been able to do this properly, a salty back end is exactly what's missing, because what they drank was indeed vinegar, which had been watered down, but it also had dung in it, which would be your salted down back end right there.
So what is in...
This is just posca, which is vinegar and water. It would have lots of good calories in it. It would have been a perfectly healthy thing, good for your gut and so on. Even Nero, who fancied himself as a charioteer, he swore by a good old draught of pig dung and vinegar to help you with your recovery. Did you like it?
No.
No. There's more likely to cause a quarrel than a badly ordered queue. So my question is, what's the best way to board a plane? The people are in the lounge and you want to board them onto the plane. What's the most efficient way of doing that?
Minimised hand baggage, all those wankers who can't be bothered to check the bags in. Come on like mules, like pack mules. Fill up all the overhead lockers with their very important shit. And sit down farting all the way to Malaga. Sorry, what was the question?
There's lots of bitterness in this, isn't there?
I had a moment on a flight last week, actually, when I was flying from Aberdeen to Shetland. And I was with my tour manager, who's also a big chap, and we sit next to each other because we're pals. And there was hardly anyone else on the flight. It was only a small plane. And the stewardess came over and she said, Mr. Manford, Mr. Isaac, she said, would you mind separating and sitting on either side of the plane?
Oh, no. Weight distribution.
Weight distribution?
They're as heavy as a wing.
What, so he's going to land like this if it's...
Well, that's what you should have done. We will at the start.
Yeah.
But during the flight, we're going to set you a series of challenges. Zigzagging about the plane.
First time in the history of the world where turbulence is a person.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to think of you now, as turbulent.
That's me.
By the back row, then the next row, then the next row.
That is the most
like
common...
that.
Yeah, that is the most common way of doing it. It is also the least efficient.
Or in the middle and then fan it out towards the back and the front.
Take the top off the plane and have them all swarming over the top like that.
So there's an astrophysicist called Dr. Jason Steffen. He made a computer model and then he teamed up with a TV producer to get people to act out boarding planes in various different arrangements. So he compared boarding from the front, from the back, at random, and what he called Wilma boarding, which is window, middle, and then aisle. Nice. Block boarding, by far the slowest. That's the way the airlines currently do it. So they say this group of seats and then the next group of seats. The absolute best way to do it is board first the even-numbered window seats, followed by the odd-numbered window seats, then repeat with the middle seats, and then repeat with the aisle seats. It's rather complicated. And so he actually recommends just board at random. That would still be much faster than what we currently do.
You don't want too random, do you? You don't want to be on, like, 16 rows back and the pilot's there.
I was boarding recently and this lady announced, we are boarding everyone not in zone F. And then she said, and also not in zone A, B, C, D, E. Then she paused and said, we're just not boarding.
I think there's two types of passengers. They're the ones who think that if anything happened to the pilot, they could probably be all right if they took over and got talked in.
Yeah, that's me.
And there's the other ones who would think there's no way they could do that.
I sort of fancy myself being able to fly a plane. You're right. I think I could bloody give it a go.
But don't you think that when you've watched a load of ER, for example, that you think, I
yeah.
totally could do that heart surgery?
I sort of feel like I'd be naturally good in emergencies. Like, I can't speak Spanish now, but I feel like if there was an emergency, I probably could give it a go.
Yeah. What kind of emergency suddenly requires Spanish?
I feel like there's a Spanish girl, Sandy. She's come in, she's choking. No one else in the hospital speaks Spanish.
Right.
Something's wrong with her.
Yeah.
She can mime, but we're not getting it.
No.
They haven't trained like me in the dramatic art of mime.
Of course.
And so she's like, Madrid, Venezuela. And I'm like, don't worry. Penicillin. Penicillin. And then it'll just be like that for...
That poor child is dying and you're the last thing she sees. Type Q blood.
The Queen? No. Is it a trick?
It is
Is
a
it
trick.
an animal?
It is an animal, yes.
Can you undo that bloody ringer, then? That...
No. That's going to...
It's an animal.
It is an animal, darling.
Dog, rhino, giraffe.
Dog, rhino?
Dog, rhino.
So it's horses.
Oh!
I was close there.
Not really.
No, you won't. Dog, rhino, giraffe, no.
No.
If you put all them together, that's an horse.
So Humans have 2 types of antigen, so that's the protein that can cause an allergic reaction. You can either have one or both or neither, so you could have A blood, B blood, AB, or type
I don't know
O.
anything about blood.
Horses have 7 different antigens, so they have 7 different blood groups. Type A and type Q are the most common. I don't know why they haven't done them alphabetically.
Yeah, why not A to G?
I don't know. Then there's C, D, J, P and U. I've no idea what that's about.
Well, maybe that's the horse alphabet. Maybe that's how they do.
Oh. So where do we get horse blood from?
The inside of a horse.
No alarm for that. I was going to say that and I thought, that's a bloody alarm. I'm not going to say it. You said it, no alarm.
No alarm because he was right.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can't store it in a blood bank. So the Royal Veterinary College at the University of London, they keep 4 horses on site and their entire job is just to donate blood.
Do they get a cup of tea and a biscuit?
They do. They're currently called Miller, Darcy, Freddie and Sonny.
I remember when my daughter was born and we donated to...
You donated it?
Yeah, we donated it. I've got 5 kids, so I was like, someone else have this one.
That one for blood.
But you can donate the umbilical cord.
Yes.
Anthony Nolan, I think the charity's called, and they're like vampires. They're at the door, like, waiting. Have they had it yet? Have they had it yet? Have they had it yet? We're like, we're busy having a baby, mate. I mean, I wasn't busy, obviously. I was playing Football Manager, but... It's worth doing.
There was an Australian gentleman called James Harrison. He used to be known as the man with the golden arm. And he saved 2.4 million babies by giving blood nearly every week for 60 years.
Your shirt. It's got your...
Oh, yes! That's you in about 10 years.
10?
He was an amazing guy. So his blood contained disease-fighting antibodies which fight rhesus disease. That's when the blood of pregnant women attacks their unborn babies. He was awarded the Order of Australia, which is the country's highest honour, in 1999. And he made over 1,000 separate blood donations and saved 2.4 million babies.
Wow.
I know.
Legend.
That's amazing.
Makes the rest of us look, you know, like we've done nothing.
I did it once and I was like, not again. Because it's needles. I'm just scared of needles.
I just wait for one of my piles to pop and then I give it. I just like the noises. I like the noises.
I'm going to play the sound of someone typing. What do you think they are trying to say?
We don't know any Shakespeare. We're only monkeys.
So why might we know, just from the sound, what somebody is actually trying to say?
Do they have a slightly different pitch, all of the buttons?
Yeah, so it's the QWERTY keyboard, and it can be translated, if you like, to work out what we are typing. If you had just a microphone, hackers would be able to discover your logins, your password, any other confidential information that you might be typing, because each key hits a different part of the keyboard's underplate, and there is a slightly different sound for every single one. And there's an algorithm which can be used to work out which sound corresponds with which letter.
Jimmy looks worried.
I'm going to have to learn to write again. Presumably, for each keyboard, it would be different.
Well, you just need 10 minutes with one keyboard with a microphone.
Is this for a typewriter or for a keyboard?
For a computer keyboard. Computer scientists at the University of California in Berkeley estimate hackers would need 10 minutes and they could crack anybody's computer code.
What about an iPad?
I don't think it would work on that, but it would work on a computer...
Do your dirty work on an iPad, Jimmy.
My dirty work.
And now I imagine that dirty work is Jimmy's password.
What is it about boys? Because you don't type with 2 hands like that. Every time I'm on a train, there's some boy typing and he's doing this.
Yeah.
Mavis Deacon did me proud, that little typing thing.
Oh, yeah.
When I was at school, we were all taught to type, and they used to tie an apron to the top of the typewriter and then round your neck, and then so you had to type underneath the apron so you couldn't see.
At the boys' school, Sandy, you're taught to dictate.
I think the key part of that word is dick.
That was very good. Could you just take that down for us?
We can actually reveal, Alan, what was being typed. Alan.
Say blue. Or 100 point. Blue whale.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Oh.
A guy called Leroy Anderson, American composer, who wrote the Typewriter Symphony, where the typewriter is used as a percussion instrument. It's one of my favourites. Have a quick look at this video. Isn't that wonderful?
That's a guy that forgot his instrument and refused to back down.
It's a trained percussionist who does it. They slightly cheat. They modify the typewriter so only 2 keys are working. So otherwise you'd get it jammed, wouldn't you, if you played like that? I absolutely love it. What's old, cheesy, and found in the Bog of Allen? It's a good picture.
This is kind of blown my mind.
Why?
Because I'm from the Bog of Allen. We used to take school tours
to the Bog of Allen. So it's County Kildare.
Kildare.
Yep. Okay.
And we didn't realise how special it was growing up. But it's hashtag real special.
Because?
Just because of its bogginess. I just realised I didn't take anything in on the day when we...
OK, that's not really what I'm looking for. Okay. It's one of the unique places where you can find something.
A cheesy thing.
Cheesy thing, yes.
Yogurt.
Keep going in the dairy thing.
Butter.
Butter. It's bog butter.
What?
Bog butter. So there's actual butter buried...
Only one person enjoyed that. My 7-year-old would be on the floor laughing. Butter in the bogger!
There is a guy on YouTube who has a whole channel devoted to flushing different things down the toilet.
Seriously?
Yeah. Soft cheese, cheesy puffs, like a whole beef Wellington. Will it flush? Yes, it does.
So I don't know what I'm more worried about, that channel exists or that you're watching
You're the only subscriber.
Sorry, is he single?
And reader, I married him.
I want to know how you crossed the bog as school children. Did you go in planks?
Do you know what? There were actually planks. And I remember one time we also went on a retreat that we had to cross it in the dead of night. It was a Catholic retreat now, so I think it was trying to make us feel a bit like Jesus did or something.
The story of Jesus and the bog is one that's not often told.
Sandy, you don't just immediately walk on water.
No.
You have to build up to it.
Anyway, butter.
Butter.
Butter buried in cloth or sometimes in barrels and left there, and some of it has been there for as long as 2,000 years, so clearly been forgotten. Still edible.
Sorry, who ate it?
Alan.
Alan, yes. Because of the cold temperatures, because of the high acidity and the lack of oxygen, it actually decomposes extremely slowly. And, well, it makes our sell-by dates look rather ridiculous, frankly. Now, the question is, why did people decide to bury their butter in the bog?
To stop the British stealing the butter, maybe.
Theft is a really good reason. What else?
To preserve it.
Yeah, preserve it, particularly in the summer months.
Putting stuff in mud is a really good preservation thing. When I was young in the summer, my mother would make yogurt and say, go and put it in the mud. And then you'd forget. And then she'd say, bring the yogurt. And then you would leave and try to get someone to adopt you because...
Couldn't remember where it was.
Couldn't be, I lost the yogurt, because that would be it. So you would just leave the house.
That's how you've ended up with us.
That's how I'm here.
Okay.
Did you have any bog people come out of the Bog of Allen?
There were. He went to school with us for 7 years.
Denmark has shed loads of dead people in the bogs. In fact, one of the best preserved bog bodies was a Dane, a guy called the Tolland Man.
Yes.
And actually, if you have a look, it's just that extraordinary. Quite often, corpses like this were found with incredible signs of violence. Hanged, beaten, strangled, stabbed. And I don't mean one of those 4, I mean all of them.
And then thrown in the bog.
Yes, really, really dead.
That is what you call overkill.
Yeah, well, it is actually, that is the technical term, it's called overkilling.
But then, Sandy, can I ask, if we know that people are being tortured and then thrown into bogs, what kind of school takes children on a bog school trip?
An Irish Catholic school. May I introduce you to the nuns?
Now, what would you do if you saw this chappie on the side of the road?
Hitchbot. So is it a hitcher?
It is, yes, yes.
Pick it up. You better pick it up.
You better pick it up. That is entirely correct. It is a hitchhiking robot. So, Hitchbots, it was a pair of robots. They were created in 2014 by David Harris Smith of McMaster University and Frauke Zeller of Ryerson University, and the aim was to see how far human kindness would take a mechanical hitchhiker. And the robots travelled through Canada, they travelled through Germany and the Netherlands, and they relied entirely on friendly human beings taking them from town to town. At one stage, in less than a month, one hitchbot hitched a total of 19 rides, travelling more than 10,000 kilometres. And then they thought, we'll travel across the United States. 2015, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, 17 days after they set off, the robot was found beaten up and dismembered in a ditch.
Does it have a message on it or something?
It has a voice box, and the robot would explain the particular destination that it wanted to go to, explain that it couldn't move of its own accord, and then it had solar panels which would help to charge it, and then there were cameras that took occasional photos, and then they were able to track them through the 3G and the GPS.
I love that somebody's idea when they picked that up was just kick the shit out.
Yeah. Do you know why I wouldn't pick that up, though? I have a real emotional problem with robots.
Why?
I fear the sentient nature of robots.
You're afraid of robots?
I love them, but I worry that they have feelings and we're ignoring them. But you do... I've just said I've got a problem. It's almost as if you're taunting me with my own phobia.
But what are the chances,
3 more seconds and it'll be towering over you.
Do you remember Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yes.
OK.
Brain the size of a planet.
OK.
Opening door.
Marvin, the paranoid android.
Oh, man. Wow.
OK, Marvin, the paranoid android from Hitchhiker's Guide. Hello, Marvin, how are you?
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So you're a hitchhiking robot. Any idea why someone might want to murder you?
I'm 50,000 times more intelligent than you, and even I don't know the answer. It gives me a headache just trying to think down to your level.
Wow, I'm getting an inkling about that murder thing. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
You don't have to pretend to be interested in me, you know. I know perfectly well I'm only a menial robot.
Well, anyway, 42 points to Marvin. Let's give him a round of applause.
It'd be a nightmare getting on the tube with that.
Thank you. On to the quest for true love. Who would be interested in this dating profile? Stocky build, short, bald, Bolivian male, moderate drinker, never been in a previous relationship, definitely wants children.
That's basically me.
Is it a human?
No, obviously it's not a human.
All Bolivian
Yes.
creature beginning with a Q.
It doesn't begin with a Q.
Well, it's in the wrong series.
It is. But we are on a quest to find this creature a mate. It is a frog.
A frog?
So this is a very sweet story, OK? This is a story of Romeo, a Sewenkus frog. So he has been living in a tank in Bolivia in the Cochabamba Natural History Museum, and it was thought that Romeo was the last one in his species. So the last one in his species is called an endling, and in 2018, his conservationist set up an online dating profile for him on Match.com in an effort to find him a mate. And here is the video that they made for their search.
Hi there, I'm Romeo, a Sewenkas water frog from Bolivia. I'm a pretty simple guy. I tend to keep to myself and love spending nights at home. I also love eating. Then again, who doesn't?
Oh, who could resist, right? Who could resist?
They're good friends to do that.
Didn't want to do it himself.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing
It's
to do it for
embarrassing.
yourself.
They're good mates.
Get your
They're good
friends to
mates.
do it.
Miguel, could you do a video for me?
Hey, why don't I put it in you? Catch the worm. You come out under the rock. You get the worm.
I have the tiny arms of the frog. It is not possible for me to hold the phone and eat the worm.
Say what you want me to say?
Write it down like big bits of pepper, hold it behind your phone.
The thing is, it worked.
Loads of frogs started turning up. A toad in a frog bra.
Hello.
They went out on a frog-finding expedition. They found 3 males and 2 females, and he has now been paired with a female, who they have obviously named... Juliet, exactly right.
See, because I am called Romeo. This photograph was taken of me at my modern jazz dance class.
Why might it be a bad idea to remove all the dead wood from the Houses of Parliament? So many answers, so little time.
Is it something to do with the gunpowder plot?
Yes, I think the gunpowder plot. I'm with Bridget.
No.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
It's later than the gunpowder plot.
Later.
Well, we are talking about 1834. Up until 1826, the Palace of Westminster kept all its financial records on something called tally sticks. So you had a stick and you split it in 2 when you issued a debt, and when the payment was made, the 2 sticks were tied back together again. Wow. But eventually, of course, paper records superseded the need for these, and now they'd got a lot of old wood, so they decided to get rid of it. The obvious idea was to burn it. So on the 16th of October, 1834, the clerk of the works, who's in various records called Mr. Wibbly or Mr. Woobley, he ordered 2 cartloads of these tally sticks to be burnt.
Mr. Wibbly Wobbly?
Mr. Wobbly Wobbly, yes.
Mr. Wibbly Wobbly, get rid of the sticks. Don't work with them, Mr. Wibbly Wobbly.
Rid of the sticks you want?
It was just like that.
Like Christopher Butterslip. Yes. I've got a character act called Christopher Butterslip.
He drops everything, doesn't he, Christopher Butterslip?
Yes, he's got very slippery fingers, and his his catchphrase is "Whoopsie plops."
What's his job, Christopher Butterslip?
Oh, he's an auctioneer.
That's fantastic. This Ming vase.
Yeah.
So Mr. Wibbly Wobbly decided to burn 2 cartloads of these tally sticks in the basement staves at the Palace of Westminster, and the resulting fire burnt down both the House of Lords and the House of Commons.
What an idiot, Mr. Wibbly Wobbly.
Didn't feel good about it.
He should have known.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Who did you entrust this job to? Now, don't get angry. It better not have been Mr. Wibbly Wobbly.
So the chimneys had not been properly maintained. In those days, we're still talking about children going up chimneys, and they had cut footholds into them. There was a lot of residue, and the copper linings of the chimneys actually caught fire, and it spread eventually to the entire wooden interior of Parliament, and there was no fire brigade at the time. So everything was run by the insurance company. It took 5 hours for the fire boat to get to the House of Parliament because the tide was wrong. It was the largest fire since 1666. Turner painted several canvases of the disaster, and Constable, too, sketched it sitting in a handsome cab on Westminster Bridge.
Did they have to rebuild the whole shebang?
Yes, that's when we get the designs that we have today with Charles Barry and Pugin.
Big Ben and everything?
Big Ben and everything, yeah. So
wow.
Well, apart from Westminster Hall. Westminster Hall was saved, so parts of it are 1,000 years old or more, and it only was saved because the wind changed. The most numerous undomesticated bird in the world.
Pigeon.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Does that mean he's right?
No, he's wrong.
Oh, he's wrong.
That means he's wrong.
It means he's wrong, OK.
You'll hear that a lot when Alan speaks.
OK.
Chicken.
I told you.
I didn't get too long.
So I'm going to give you a clue. This is one of the ways to kill it. This is a piece of dynamite.
OK.
The Roadrunner.
Woody Peck. Yeah.
Does it live in Britain?
No, so Daliso is in with the best chance of knowing this, as there are lots of these in Malawi.
Oh, OK.
Yes?
It's weaver birds. Quillia?
Quillea.
Weaver bird is what we call them. But
Quillea.
Quillea.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's called the red-billed Quillea.
You should... They should not be applauding these things. They are a menace.
Okay.
These things are like the bane of farmers. They like flock and they eat like everything.
Yeah,
they're like
feathered locusts.
That's exactly it. Yes.
There are approximately 1.5 billion of these birds. So to put that into some kind of context, the UK's most numerous bird is the wren. There are 8.6 million breeding pairs. They come in flocks of 2 million birds. And each bird eats roughly half its own body weight a day.
What? Are they going to eat that elephant? Is that
Well, they're going to eat the weight of an elephant. They can consume 20 tons a day, one flock. So they can absolutely decimate agriculture. It is an extraordinary thing.
And getting rid of them, like people go through the field with like drums trying to chase them away. We don't have dynamite. That seems like a better plan than the drums.
The drums are like, we might get dynamite, guys. We might. We're seriously thinking about it.
We don't have the budget.
But you're right, if you don't have the money for dynamite, you just try and go into the field to scare them, but they're incredibly mobile and they'll just go on to the next field and...
They do have wings, don't they?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But they've tried napalm, they've tried pathogens, they've tried electronic devices, dynamite, firebombing...
What about kindness? You know, a little bit of love. I have a field full of smarties and they all go over there.
No one thinks of it.
Or just 1 million cats.
An animal that you should leave a carrot out for.
Is it a reindeer?
Oh, no.
Is it a spooky garden owl?
It is a spooky garden owl. No.
It's not a rabbit, is it a hedgehog?
Did you say rabbit?
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog, no.
Should he have said
Is it rabbit?
So, bad news for children who leave carrots out for Rudolph. Reindeers find it hard to eat carrots. They don't have incisor teeth on the upper jaw, so they never evolved to eat them because it's not a foodstuff they would find in the wild at all.
Have you heard about the carrot swindle? Do you know about the carrot
swindle?
swindle?
How about the carrot swindle?
When you go to your self-serve checkout, everything you put on for whey, you just press carrots.
Really?
Yeah.
What, so you'd be like buying an anvil and you'd press carrot?
Yeah, so you put down, what's an expensive vegetable?
Prosecco.
So are you paying everything for his carrots?
I'm not doing it, Josh. I'm a very honest customer.
Where did you learn this?
From a reindeer.
No, because what they found, the supermarkets, the reason they started to become suspicious was because they were selling millions of tons of carrots and that thousands and thousands of bottles of Prosecco were being stolen. Wow. So they started to watch people, and sure enough, people just putting all their washing on the thing, pressing carrots and putting it in...
All their washing?
People were putting all their shopping on the thing, pressing carrots, and they've got 6 bags, they paid 12 quid.
Theft from self-service tills has doubled in the last 4 years, so you should not put this information out.
I'm doing it for Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Yes.
But, Alan, when you put your washing on, what should you press?
Why should we not give carrots to rabbits? What's the reason for that?
It's just not good for them.
Yeah.
Greens are the best thing.
You're absolutely right. Wild rabbits don't eat root vegetables in any way, or fruit at all. Too much sugar, not good for you, causes tooth decay. Best diet for pet rabbits is hay, supplemented with some dark vegetables, but certainly not carrots. Let me show you the world's biggest rabbit. This is Darius, owned by Annette Edward. There it is. Yeah.
He is not happy about being picked up there, is he?
Bill Bailey's got 2 of those, and he told me that his was the biggest rabbit in the world.
Well, apparently this one measures 4 foot 4 inches from nose to tail. Costs her over £2,000 a year in food bills.
We're going to have a rabbit off with Bill and this.
That is brilliant.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, that's nearly as tall as me. Mind you, a lot of things.
I know, but you just want that to be in the garden when a cat comes over trying to bully it.
The unrealistic thing about the Father Christmas story is that reindeer don't actually eat. Question 1.
Captain's log, stardate 96778.53. Anything can happen in the next half hour. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to boldly go to a galaxy far, far away and become the first Earthlings to reach another star.
So, my question is, shall we get going?
Yeah.
Yes! So, here's the thing. If we are heading into interstellar space,
Mm-hmm.
it is not necessarily true that the earlier you set off, the earlier you will get there.
Huh?
Why is that the case?
Oh,
Is it Southern Rail?
Is it because space-time is warps, basically? So the faster you go through space, then the time changes?
No. If you set off too early, the technology on Earth will advance while you've gone off, and you'll be overtaken by rivals who've left later, but in a faster spaceship.
Oh.
They could pick you up, though, couldn't they?
They could, I suppose that's the thing, yeah.
It's like splitting tickets to get from Glasgow to London, because if you think I'll go on the 7:30, but actually you're better to go on the 8 sometimes.
And leave it a bit later.
You don't have to change at Preston.
That's it, exactly. It's just like changing at Preston. It's exactly it. So the furthest spacecraft from Earth is Voyager 1. It was launched in 1977. 40 years later, Stephen Hawking proposed an interstellar craft which would theoretically use energy from the sun to reach enormous speeds and overtake Voyager in just a few months. So the ideal point that we should set off can be found using a really simple calculation called the weight calculation. I'm sure we've all jotted this down at some point. So our recommendation is don't set off on an interstellar mission if it's going to take more than 50 years to get there. So currently, space probes can travel around 50,000 miles per hour. So it is definitely worth setting off to visit somewhere that is less than 20 billion miles away. But the closest star is about 25 trillion miles away. So probably not worth setting off to at the moment.
There's going to be a cut-off point as well, because you basically want to put a 3-year-old in a rocket, don't you? You don't want to put a 50-year-old in a rocket, because they'll be dead before that even gets...
No, because you would go into stasis. You would do it like in Alien, they've got the tubes. And you just you go to sleep in your pants, because they're always in their pants.
Yeah.
I don't know why they never wore pyjamas, but
I guess because if you think about it, pyjamas that your parents wear aren't pyjamas you're going to wear. You know, like, fashion changes, you don't want to wake up...
What's timeless? Tartan pyjamas?
Yes.
So... tartan pyjamas, so when I then wake up in 50 years when I'm at this star that you refer to...
You look like Rupert the Bear.
So, Alan of Carr, your final challenge.
OK.
Upon yonder table lies the chalice of eternal life. Prithee, select the one true Holy Grail and bring it to me.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, good luck.
Is this my hat?
Oh, yes, of course.
If I meant to look like Indiana Jones, I look like a Charlie Hungerford from Bergerac. Do you know what Right, what am I doing?
Right, so you are looking for the Holy Grail. Which one are you going to select?
What's that Indiana Jones one where he thinks that Jesus' cup will be like the golden one, but it's the modest one, isn't it?
OK. So what do you reckon?
Well, I think it's the wooden one.
Here's the thing. You should have picked the tray. The tray is the Holy Grail. A grail was most likely a serving dish, so would you please bring me the tray? And none of the cups whatsoever.
Has it got one of those beanbag padded bottoms?
I love those.
If I could have that, please, darling. The word grail...
Like...
Thank you, sweetheart. It comes from the Latin gradale, grail, and it means a deep platter that you would serve food on during medieval banquets. It gradually evolved from the sort of Middle Ages onwards into people thinking it was a larger vessel with an elaborate cover and then a drinking cup. Traditionally, the idea is it gives immortality to the drinker, although the Bible gives no special significance to the chalice that Jesus uses to consecrate his blood wine. Well, I'm afraid you picked wrong, but you look very fetching in the hat. I would love to see a camp Indiana Jones. Something terrible happens. He goes, whoa! A grail actually looks like this, which means a Holy Grail looks like this. I'm working my arse off here, people. A quadruped that can't swim.
My mum?
Is she often on all fours?
No, Alan Davies.
Alan Davies.
If we could come away from any thoughts about Nish's mother being on all fours, I would appreciate it. So, quadrupeds?
Now, Sandy, I feel like this relies on everybody knowing what that word means.
So quad.
4.
And ped.
L-O.
Feet. You had it. So quad
4 feet.
4 feet. You totally knew it. And
Your
you just...
mother has 4 feet.
I am 4 feet.
Can you swim? Is that the answer?
So we're more in the animal world, people. We're not in the Kumar household at all.
Okay.
They all float, don't they?
Well, when they're dead.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll float to the surface eventually when all the stomach juices start to decompose, yeah. They'll bob up then. But is that really swimming?
It's good to have you back, David Cheerful Mitchell.
They float because of the air in their lungs. It's only when their lungs fill with water they won't float. So unless you can't keep your breathing passages above the water...
You're right. What might not be able
An
to do
elephant.
that? Well...
Of all the animals, probably the most likely to be able to...
Inbuilt snorkel.
Yeah. Is it a blue whale? Sometimes it is.
It could so easily have been a blue whale had it had any feet at all. So the elephant is rather brilliantly evolved, in fact, to be able to swim, because possibly that was a snorkel, the trunk.
Yeah.
Oh, you know...
That's someone got excited in the pool.
So elephants...
Giraffe.
Giraffe is exactly the right answer that we're looking for. As far as we know, nobody has ever seen a giraffe swim. But there were two academics called Darren Nish and Don Henderson, and they decided, by careful computer modelling, to test out whether a giraffe can swim. And they concluded that giraffes would float but not swim. And actually, if they did swim, they'd be particularly bad at it. So, look at this.
Oh.
So here's the problem, is that giraffes have these really heavy, bony heads. So if all 4 legs of a giraffe were to leave the bottom of the river, the giraffe's hips would float higher than the shoulders, and they would float downwards. So now what's going to happen with the head?
Yeah.
It's going to go under the water. So it's got to crick its neck back like this. So a giraffe to be able to swim would have to be in this position. So the conclusion by the scientists is giraffes would be very poor swimmers, and that it might be assumed they would avoid this activity if at all possible.
Could it not do a backstroke?
I think that's worse, probably. Why would a Scotsman want a glass bottom?
Well, you can see through a glass bottom.
You can. Why might you want to see through a glass bottom? We are in a particular kind of drinking down in Scotland.
Whiskey drinking?
Yes, what might you drink whiskey out of in Scotland?
A glass.
Tumbler.
It's a special kind of cup called a quake.
A what?
It's called a quake.
Oh.
It's a shallow cup. It's used traditionally to drink whiskey, often made with a glass bottom.
That normally has mango chutney in it.
OK, so there's some thought that Bonnie Prince Charlie supposedly liked to see through the base of his cup, just in case his enemies were up to anything.
You could drink and still use your eyes, I think.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be great to let everybody have a
some
drink.
whiskey.
Yes, please.
So, I'm very pleased with this. It is Toksvig's finest whiskey. There you go.
This is the most, like, rock and roll QI's ever been.
No, there you go. Skål.
Skål. Come on, open
Go for
mine.
it. Can it slaunch you?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Still looking at the bottoms of drinking vessels, the ancient Greek kylix. So this is a wonderful thing. It's a shallow drinking cup for wine. It's similar to one of these cups, but it had obscene pictures painted on the inside, which were gradually revealed. We've censored this because, you know, they would have things like a couple having sex, a man wiping his bottom, naked people, and then an eye cup. So it's a wide mug with eyes and sometimes a nose painted on the outside. It looked like you were wearing a mask when you drank it. And sometimes they painted ships on the inside, so it looked like the ships were sailing on the wine as you drank it. I think we should have more fun with cups.
How great that you're drinking, you're getting pissed, and at the bottom of the cup is something that you're probably going to do. You know,
like an instruction manual?
Yes, like, you know what, this is where this is heading. Oh, I feel like that just kind of cuts to
I would
chase.
be really annoyed, though, if I got to the end of my cup and I was like, so what, now I have to learn the flute as well?
OK, so I just want to see what kind of audience we have in tonight. Who would like us to remove the pixels? Put your hands up. Who's quite happy with it being censored? Like, listen. Oh, my.
No one at all.
All right, let's
The
remove
best
the
audience.
pixels and see what's behind.
It's going to be a flute.
Literally nothing. Genuine disappointment.
What a tease.
Especially for him.
Alan, why might I siphon 4 gallons of gas up your bottom?
How did you get a photograph of that, you swine?
I'm talking about hydrogen.
Is it going to have an enema effect? Is it a colon cleanser?
It is a medical thing.
Is it flammable?
It is exactly flammable, and that's why it matters, yeah. This is not exactly...
Wow. Oh, like, you're actually going to do it?
Yeah. There was an American military surgeon who was called Nicholas Sen, and he came up with a system for checking whether you'd been shot in the guts. So one of the things they would do is they would pump hydrogen up your backside and then set fire to the gas as it escaped from the wound in your stomach. So we're talking about the late 19th century. It was a huge problem for surgeons to work out whether a wounded patient had their intestinal canal pierced by a bullet.
Can't you just put them underwater like an inner tube?
Yes. If you did the surgery and it wasn't necessary, it could kill somebody. So they needed to work it out. And so he came up with this system. It was called rectal insufflation of hydrogen gas. It's a bit like a plumber looking for a leak in a gas pipe. If it had gone in, it would escape through the hole. And he did try it.
If there was no hole, they would just explode.
Yes. Well, he did try it on several dogs first, to the point where their intestines ruptured. So, I know. But then he decided to try it on himself, and he had his assistant pump 6 litres of gas up his bottom. Can I just read this, because it's awful? He found that the escape of air or gas from the rectum was prevented by an assistant pressing the margins of the anus firmly above the rectal tube. Tried it on 2 patients, it never really caught on.
It's quite clear that the entire thing was devised because he fancied his assistant.
Also, sometimes I think with these stories about research, I just get to the end of a long day. And I think, let's see what happens if you stick a load of hydrogen up your arm.
I think that's enough from the annals of medical history. Finally, what colour is the Emerald City?
I think I know a weird fact about The Wizard of Oz, which
Yes.
I didn't realise until recently, which is that it's an allegory for America. The farmers are the straw man, and they need a brain, and industry was the tin man, and industry doesn't have a heart. Wow. And the lion was the politicians, and that they didn't have any courage.
You're absolutely right. But it's not what we were looking for. We were looking for the colour.
Well, is the answer green, then? Oh, damn it! I knew something! I knew something!
Yes. Emerald. Yes. Yellow.
Brown.
No.
Red.
Stop naming colours.
Blue. Teal.
When she first goes to the City of Oz, she is told she must don a pair of protective glasses in order to avoid being blinded by the brightness.
I have that when I have laser on my Jack and Danny. They make you wear glasses.
On your what?
Your what?
Jack and Danny.
Jack and Danny?
Jack and Danny, Fanny.
Sorry, it's called a Jack... What is...
A Jack and Danny.
They make you put the glasses on.
No, wait.
Also...
Jack and Danny?
My mum doesn't like me doing rude stuff, and she's really pleased I was going to be on QI.
Right.
And now she's not going to be pleased anymore. She's going to be very embarrassed in front of the gardening club, of course, again.
Speaking of the gardening club, you had all downstairs.
I did not know. It's rhyming slang, is it, Jack and Danny? Who knew?
For Fanny, yeah.
My favourite when I was growing up was always called a fine china.
Oh.
Oh, is that your...
Because you get it out for special occasions.
Back to the Wizard of Oz. What we learn from the wizard at the end is that he makes everybody wear green spectacles so that things appear green. And when she asks if that means everything isn't really green, he replies, "No more so than any other city, but my people have worn green glasses on their eyes so long that most of them think it really is an emerald." Anyway, moving on. What is this woman queen of? She's called Frances Lockett of Hyde?
Hyde, in Manchester.
What, does that upset you?
No, I just I didn't know there was any royalty from Manchester.
I've been to Manchester, there's loads of queens, darling.
It's all the better for it.
I know.
Absolutely.
Quite right. What do we reckon? She's a rather fine-looking woman, Frances Lockett.
It doesn't look like a very authentic crown.
Well, it's a really sweet thing, and I don't know if we shouldn't bring it back. So from the 1920s to the 1980s, there was a tradition of crowning queens of industry. So women chosen to represent British industries, and some of them had crown jewels. So Frances was Cotton Queen, and she was an actual weaver, so she had to know all about it. And the idea grew out of the May Queen traditions, so it was promoting British industry, obviously, but it was also hoping that the practice would give the workers something to celebrate. So this is an industry day.
Out to Paris for the day?
Out to Paris, yes. Great, isn't it? So the first railway queens were crowned in the 1920s, and then the idea it spread to other ones.
Brilliant.
And there weren't really beauty contests. So Frances Lockett, when she became Cotton Queen, she had to answer technical questions. She was a weaver, and she did really know about it. And then they had to go and open events and spread the word about the industry and so on. And American companies got involved as well. The Zion Meat Company named Jean Courtney their sausage queen during National Hot Dog Week in 1955. So we've made crowns for you because I think you all deserve them. If you want to pop them on. Now, Sarah.
Yes?
You're from South Shields,
Yes.
right? So glassware would seem...
OK.
Entirely appropriate.
Well, people have been glassed there, so that's true enough.
Jason, Cotton, obviously. Cotton from Manchester.
Yeah, because we're just massive on growing cress in a dark room.
Yeah.
Love it.
Alan's got veggie sausages, which we thought was appropriate. And, Louisa, do you know why you've got a centrifuge on your head?
This is what we wear at a football game in South Africa.
Oh, it's a centrifuge, which is a scientific thing, and this is terribly pleasing. 1.6% of all exports from South Africa are centrifuges. So we just thought we'd make a hat for you.
I don't even know what a centrifuge is.
But this is mine. You're going to help me.
Yeah, I need to come and help you.
Come and help me. So you may or may not know this, but I'm slightly passionate about model railways. In fact, I'm currently building one in my office at home. So
you're going to build a little mini one inside it?
Yes. So, darling, I think you have to hold it very flat. See if it'll work.
Whoa.
Well, thank you very much. There was a railway queen called Audrey Mawson. She was sent to Russia in 1936 on a controversial peace trip to meet Joseph Stalin. Anyway, she was the second celebrity to switch on the Blackpool illuminations.
Oh.
I know.
Crikey.
I would love to do that.
When I went, it was... What's his name who sang I Am the One and Only? Chesney Hawkes.
Oh, wow.
He turned on the Blackpool lights and then he did One and Only. And then he finished it and he went, "Thank you, Blackpool." And we said, "Thank you," because we're polite. And he said, "Merry Christmas." We said, "Merry Christmas, Chesney." He says, "Do you want another song?" And 5,000 people went, "Have you got another one?"
Who was the first queen to get a Brazilian?
Oh, Cleopatra.
Why do you think
She used to bath in milk. She was up for stuff.
Ass's milk?
Yeah, not even normal milk.
No.
She married several of her brothers. She was what we'd call now a weirdo.
No, it is not
Someone get a Brazilian husband?
We are heading indeed to Brazil, if that helps. I had to have this picture explained to me when I first saw it.
Well, we know more about you than we thought we did. I'm in the same gang as you.
Poor girl. Honestly, I thought it was caramel. I had no idea what it was. We're going to 1807. We are going to Portugal. The Crown Prince, Dom João. Napoleon is approaching, and he takes his entire court, including his Queen Carlotta, and he thinks, let's go to one of our colonies, and they head off to Brazil. So they go off in a convoy of ships from Lisbon to Brazil. 10,000 people go with him. And it's unbelievably overcrowded and unhygienic, and a lice infestation breaks out. So, in order to get rid of the lice, they all, including all the women, they have to shave their heads, they have to throw all their powdered wigs away and cover their heads in pig fat. Now, they're about to arrive in Brazil. They want to make a bit of a stir.
What to do?
But they've got bald heads and pig fat.
I think that'll do the job then.
they arrive at a place called Guanabara Bay, and Carlotta and all the other royal women emerged with their bald heads covered with improvised turbans. And apparently, so the story goes, the Brazilian women thought this was the height of European style, and it became the local fashion. The problem is that Brazil is full of a wonderful African-Brazilian population, and I would have thought that the turban thing would have come from that part of the world originally, but we don't know.
So they were bald everywhere then?
Are you worrying about...
I'm just growing my winter's coat in.
This one looks not unlike David Mitchell.
Do you not think she looks a bit like Marty Feldman?
Yes, crossed with David Mitchell.
This is building up into quite the compliment.
Whether the story is true or not about the Brazilians, there is a long history of commoners imitating royals. There was a man called Guillermo, Duke of Mantua. He was a hunchback, so we're talking 16th century. And so all of his courtiers put humps on to compliment him.
Aww.
You've got to judge that carefully.
Yeah.
It might look like you're taking the piss.
Just a... Here's another interesting fashion for royals. Louis XIV, he had a fashion that courtiers should have one long fingernail. Why was that?
My husband's got one special toenail for scratching his eczema. It's awful, isn't it?
I feel in this show you and I are in danger of oversharing.
And you seem to be fine with that, though. That's...
Yeah, as long as he keeps it to himself, I'm all right.
Right.
Yeah.
He hasn't really, has he, now?
No.
He's only told me quite recently, and we've been together for nearly 15 years. So there's nothing I can do about it now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with it.
Except maybe pay more attention in the future. What happens when you quarrel with the bellower?
Sandi, I'm new to London, and I'm beginning to realise that when someone has a dispute or a quarrel, the English language works at two levels.
Yes.
I realised in Britain when someone says to me, Anuvab, I have a slight issue.
Ah. Yeah.
It means I've killed their whole family.
Yeah. I think that is entirely true. OK, so the bellower is the nickname of an actor called James Quinn. He was the leading actor in London in the first half of the 18th century.
What has he come as now?
Well, that apparently is him giving his Coriolanus.
Is it really?
Yeah. But I think it's more anus than Coriolanus. He was unbelievably quarrelsome, and he actually killed 2 people in duels and wounded multiple others. He had one of the loudest voices in show business. He also did excessive gesticulation, and he left extremely long pauses. These were all the hallmarks of a great actor at that time. So would-be actors were schooled in 3 different pauses. There was moderate, longer, and grand. And because you're all natural performers, I thought we would see how you would fare on stage in Quinn's era. So we're going to act out what's written on the script cards that you've got on the desk. So Jason and Anuvab, a bit of quarrelling, please, from Titus Andronicus. Very loud, very big gestures,
yes.
Pausing.
OK, here we go. Villain, what hast thou done?
That, sir, which thou canst not undo.
Thou hast undone our mother.
You do know after that. That's very good.
I was taken aback for
Yes, no. Do a grand pause.
Villain, I have done thy mother.
That's an early your mum joke from Shakespeare there.
I like that.
He invented the word quarrelsome, actually. It's, in fact, the only word he coined beginning with Q. It comes up in As You Like It and in The Taming of the Shrew. Right, Alan and Aisling, I've got an EastEnders-style script for you. I'm actually going to take a small part in this myself.
Oh.
I know. So, you know, big gestures, big pausing. Here we go.
OK. Oh, Aisling, I'm having some real barney rubble with me old trouble and strife. She found a pair of your Anna Wickers in my Lucy locket.
Oh, Alan.
You absolute donor. You need to be more careful.
Now, what's this all about?
Stay out of this!
You cow!
You cow, shoot.
Stop! Stay out of this, cow. You're not my mum.
Actually... she is.
Bacteria talk about.
Is it Love Island?
Other bacteria who aren't in the room.
I love it when, by complete chance, you're correct. So they are communicating about where the other bacteria are. It's something called quorum sensing. They actually emit and detect each other's chemical signals, and what they basically do is they take a head count to see how many bacteria there are, and they base their activity on how many bacteria they have detected around them.
Like a fight, like there's 10 of us and 4 of them.
It's like the army gathering and going, right, we're ready to go over the top now because we've got enough. Lots of bacteria that cause human diseases, so cholera, pneumonia, staph infections and so on, and they use quorum sensing, so they wait harmlessly inside us until they agree that there's enough. And then they go. It's a bit like social media, right? So one person tweets, but then it is repeated and repeated and repeated till it goes viral, and you have enough to make it a story for a lazy journalist. It was very first observed in the 1970s. There are some bacteria called Vibrio fischeri, and they live in the bodies of the Hawaiian bobtail squid. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
So the squid gives them accommodation and sugar and amino acid for food, and in return, the bacteria gives the squid the most ingenious defense mechanism by glowing all of them all at once and generating bioluminescence. So the squid is able to control this light, which is created by all these bacteria living there, and basically any potential predator that is looking up at the squid will think it's looking at the moon, because the squid can point this light downwards. Isn't it clever? I know. So it's working with bacteria. In order to do this trick, it's called counter-illumination, and the squid can even use its ink to dim the lights. And it's useless for the bacteria to glow unless there's enough of them.
That seems like a really fair payment. Like, you get that incredible party trick just from getting some back... Like, if I got that every time I'd had thrush, I would...
I am so in love with the idea of getting thrush and suddenly being bioluminescent.
Yeah. It would definitely be literally the silver lining.
Yes.
It'd be also a conversation start, because I'd walk in and I'd go, Holly, you look great. Got through the thrush?
She looks like the moon, but she's so itchy.
How long before a silence becomes awkward? OK, it's about now, I think. It's about... They did study.
That could have been the whole...
It was horrible, wasn't it?
I think it's really awkward when you can hear your own stomach gurgle, especially if it's a gig.
Yeah.
That's always a sign, oh, this isn't going my way.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
I think comedy is quite a lot like sex, that if they haven't made a noise for a while, change what you're doing.
You could say that about parenting as well, actually.
Yeah. Oh. 2011, the University of Groningen, which is in Netherlands, discovered that a pause in conversation becomes awkward after 4 seconds.
Oh.
And after that, people start to feel anxious, they feel rejected.
I don't know, I read a really interesting thing by... it's an American research company called the Love Lab. And they basically looked at thousands and thousands of couples over the years, and they came up with a theory on call response. If you're sort of having a silence with someone, with your partner, you're looking at the paper and you go, oh, and they don't go, what? Then it takes like 7 good things to make up for that one bad thing, because people feel so rejected by that.
It's exactly that. It's about feeling rejected, because the reason that we like good conversation is it helps us feel good about ourselves.
We get dopamine, don't we? Like teenage girls who stay on the phone for hours and hours have really, really high levels of dopamine, like they've like completed a PhD.
I always think, like, as comedians, we're like drug dealers. The drug we deal is endorphins, and you've already got them on you. We'll just help you release them.
Did the Irish mind silence, darling?
Well, it's never happened.
No.
We have yet to meet the awkward moment. I suppose after about 4 seconds of silence in Ireland, you'd bring in a wink at least.
Yeah. Just to keep things moving along.
Or you know yourself.
Yeah. And a bit of pointing, maybe. You know?
Oh, yeah. There he is over there.
It's good, those phrases that kind of break the silence that don't really mean anything. Like, when I spend a lot of time in Ireland, and it's always fair play to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
Well, it means fair play to you.
Some cultures have different attitudes. The Japanese have a concept, something called harage, and basically it means belly talk. And the idea is that you use a prolonged silence in business negotiations. And they're content with an average silence of about 8.2 seconds, so twice as long as we are. So I think it's very much a cultural attitude to it.
Maybe that's why, especially in dating, you do feel the silence a lot, because usually the instinct is, he's awful. A couple of bottles of wine and 2 years later, there you are.
Let's buy a flat.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the theory? When you look at someone, you either want to kill them or you want to...
Yeah, if you're looking someone directly in the eye, it's either kind of sexual or aggressive after about 3 seconds. It's one or the other. You can't...
Not both?
It's not neutral, Alan.
Oh. That's sexual.
Would you like to meet vomiting Larry?
No.
Yes. What? Have you got a thing about vomit?
I'm just closing my eyes. You continue.
No, we're not actually going to show vomit. We're just going to talk about it a lot.
Oh, I thought somebody called Larry was just going to come here.
It's going to be a volcano or some kind of weird beetle or something.
It's not a volcano. It is a humanoid simulated vomiting system developed by UK's Health and Safety Laboratory in Derbyshire by researcher Dr. Kat Mackison Booth. And there is Kat, and there is vomiting Larry, right
Hello.
there.
Sorry.
Kat, I believe that Larry can vomit on command.
He can.
Why would you invent such a thing?
So we're looking at infection transmission, so we want to identify how far vomit spreads so that we can help clear it all back up again and prevent transmission of fluid. I kind of wish he was full there now so we could get Alan back for early.
Yes, shooting with goat gland. Presumably, I'm going to guess it's further than we think the little pool of vomit.
Yeah, it'd kind of fill with all the droplets and splash most of this bit of the studio.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to see it, so when you come to clean up the main bulk, you'd stand in it, spread it everywhere.
So you're just carrying on, but even when you think you've cleaned it all up?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is he called Larry?
Because the head of the system's called Airway Larry. So it's for when medical students are practising laryngoscopies.
Yeah,
so I think
obviously.
that's where the Larry
I'm thinking about, do the medical students not provide enough vomit? I mean...
But they can't do it on command, so,
Yeah.
you know.
It needs to be 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
Like that. OK, so now, we can't have Larry actually vomit, you'll be very pleased to know. However... we do have a film of Larry. We're going to have the film without sound, but if any of you lovely people would like to join in and create the sounds that you imagine Larry might make, then help yourselves.
Why, of course.
Yeah, let's have it.
You only had to ask one.
Here we go.
I'm dying. It's coming out of my arse as well.
You know when you're being... and you can't turn around quick enough because you know it's going to...
Oh, no. Oh, God. Flush me.
Yes, I'm so sorry, darling. It's a funny thing, vomit. There's an extraordinary story. Remember Ted Hughes, the poet? There's a story that a woman who met him found him so physically attractive at a party that she had to leave and vomit. No.
Is that one of his stories?
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Seeing as we have Prue on the panel, I thought I should test your baking skills, the rest of you. So we're going to make some Danish lemon waffles. And Prue, I'm going to ask you to judge, please. So everybody bring out your tray with your ingredients. So, Prue, that is the instructions. Have you made Danish lemon waffles before, Prue?
I don't think they exist.
Don't be ridiculous. OK, here we go. Right, you've got 1 egg, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of lemon juice, 1 cup and 1/4 of sugar, 7/8 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and 8 tablespoons of melted butter. Prue, what are the instructions, please?
All right. In a small bowl, beat the egg until foamy.
The egg's foamy or until you're foamy?
No, you've got to beat it up.
Until it's foamy?
Come on, foam up, you bastard!
That looks foamy. What do you reckon?
Is that foamy?
OK, now.
Yeah.
All right.
Put it in a pan and get the beans warmed up.
No. Add the buttermilk and vanilla.
Which one's the buttermilk?
That's
that
the
it?
white one.
Ooh, it's gloopy.
And blend it well.
Yeah, so, and the vanilla.
Is that the vanilla?
Yeah, that's
I
vanilla.
was hoping that was a shot of Glenfiddich.
Sandy.
Available.
Sandy.
Yeah?
Can I lick the bowl, Sandy?
Not a minute. We've got a bit more
Thank
work
you,
to
Sandy.
do.
Add the baking soda, 1 teaspoon at a time, sprinkling it and beating until the mixture is smooth and the consistency of light cream.
Alan, you can do this, right? And beating.
Sandy, you should keep that other show where it belongs.
There's your teaspoon. Let me help you. There we go. Sprinkling it in.
How much baking soda? The whole lot?
All of it. Let's get...
OK.
That's Thankfully, there's some skills I had as a young man that are becoming useful.
I work in a baker's.
Listen.
Right. Now,
Yeah, OK, so I've done that.
Yep.
Pour the mixture into the beaker.
Oh, a beaker, is it?
OK, pour that in there. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be...
I don't want to go in the beaker! Go in the beaker! Go in the beaker! No, we want to be back in our individual bowls!
OK.
Do you ever cook with your children?
Yeah, frequently. They like the process, but they won't eat anything.
OK, add the lemon juice all at once and blend into the mixture.
Blend, how do you... Oh, no, I spilt some in the egg cup. That was great.
That was fab,
That was
wasn't
really
it?
good.
It was fab.
Oh.
Is that real food?
No, darling.
This is bull.
Phil, you've still got a cup of sugar.
Anybody know why that happened?
Something to do with the acid.
I think it happened because Prue doesn't know how to cook.
First of all, although it seems unbelievable, this episode is my 50th as host of QI. However, more important than that, it is Alan's 234th episode. So I got you a biscuit.
Oh, wait, thanks.
There you go. So the elves have done some calculating, Alan. You have been klaxoned 1,262 times. Your total score, including yesterday's show, is minus 3,308.
Oh, my God. That's not true.
In the time you've spent recording QI, you've blinked approximately 315,900 times, and you could have boiled 6,142 eggs.
How do you know I haven't?
Tell you what, your arse is doing overtime if that's the case.
It won't come off the plate,
Actually, they're very nice. They're
You eat the
freshly
plate
iced.
as well?
No, I just pull it. It's got a little bit of icing on the bottom.
Oh, it's got white tack on the bottom.
No, it's icing.
Is it?
Yes. Trust me, I do a baking show. That's icing.
Is this what they're making on bake?
Yeah, this is it.
They've gone down a bit.
That's all I've got, yeah. I just thought you wouldn't want a cake and a candle. I thought a little biscuit. Is that nice?
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. Take one sound you really can't ignore.
Oh, baby's crying.
I think that is true for... is it true for boys?
I was going to say Wu-Tang Clan.
What is that?
Wu-Tang Clan, Killer Bees on the Storm.
Wu-Tang Clan, you know.
Metal
RZA.
Man. RZA, Method Man, Ghostface Killer.
You know Ghostface Killer, Sandy.
Keep going till we get to Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style? I knew you from somewhere.
I would say our fridge makes a noise if you leave the door open.
Ooh. I never hear the fridge until the noise stops.
That sounds like a trailer for a horror film.
Yeah. The silence of the fridge.
Yeah. Everything I own warns me all the time. I used to have a microwave. When it stopped, it went ping. And now it goes beep, 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 beep.
Is it reversing?
Beep, 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 beep. But it keeps reversing forevermore, until there's a power cut.
Do you think the people making white goods for your house have seen you on this show?
My car bleeps. If I'm in reverse, it bleeps. And if I'm near something at the back, it bleeps. It does a different bleep if I'm near something at the front.
Who's letting you drive?
It's got 3 bleeps. And then on top of that, my wife's next to me going, this car's making too much noise. And all the kids go, oh, what's all this bleeping? Shut up! I can see the thing behind! I can see the thing in front! I know I'm in reverse! I put it there myself!
Sadly, on his 234th show, Alan Davis had a complete breakdown.
The dopamine, I just had the dopamine.
Everyone heard you, yeah. Anyway, I wasn't talking about any of those things. Technically, we are talking about the one sound a child cannot ignore.
Oh, ice cream van.
No. It's the sound of a woman's voice, is what we now know. So children tend to sleep through fire alarms and so on. They tend to sleep through them. It's partly because they sleep more deeply.
I read about this, so they were going to have a smoke alarm that had a voice coming out of it if it was in a child's bedroom.
Absolutely right. There is a really strong response to a maternal voice, and that is why there's going to be a new kind of smoke alarm with a female voice, so they've been testing them. I don't know if this would do it for me. It was a woman's voice going, wake up, the house is on fire.
No, you want a bit more urgency.
I think that might be better than the alternate. My mother was an incredibly sweary woman.
Yes.
And I think if she'd recorded a fire alarm, it would have been just filth. It would have been like a pirate was doing it.
Dundee University, working with Derbyshire Fire and Rescue, they tested smoke alarms in 2017 on sleeping children, and it is astonishing, the difference. The woman's voice will wake the child up 86 to 91% of the time, whereas a tone alarm just over 50%. Apparently, incorporating your child's name into the recording makes no difference whatsoever. Call a little girl Frank, and they wouldn't make any difference.
I think if you use your child's name, that's when they ignore you.
Yes, I guess.
They hear their name and think, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Why that thing when they use your full name? If I was ever referred to as James, it would, oh, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
What are your middle names?
Anthony Patrick.
Did they sometimes use the lot? Then you're really in this shit.
I think that's called a judge. You're in court.
If you want to take notes, your own quill pens are on your desk, but why don't we tend to use them anymore?
Does anyone use a pen anymore? I don't even use a pen.
Do you not?
When did you last write something down? You type it.
Also, my mum is allergic to feathers. And
is she? She couldn't have written anything.
There used to be a name for that. That was called being illiterate.
Ah, that's my dad. My mum can actually write and read.
They were the writing instrument of choice for almost 1,500 years, but they required a lot of upkeep. So basically, not very efficient. You could write maybe 3 or 4 letters at a time, and then you'd run out of ink, and they regularly needed sharpening. So the pen part of a penknife... Anybody know where the word pen in penknife comes from?
Oh, from sharpening pens?
Yes, and it comes from penna, which is Latin for feather. So that is why we call it a penknife.
Oh, did you hear that? There was a lovely... Oh. I'm going to tell that to someone in a pub.
So, in order to make a quill pen, what you're going to have to do, first of all...
You're going to have to catch a bird.
Yes. It has to be a feather from a live bird, is the first thing. And then there's a hierarchy of quills. So, Jimmy, you've got the goose.
Is that like an everyday...
It is, I'm afraid. It's
working pen.
Common a garden, that one.
When you say a live bird, it's not... Is it live for long? I mean, do you...
Yeah. I mean, once you've plucked a bird's feather, it will grow back. It'll take about a year, probably, for it to grow back again.
So ye olde W.H. Smiths would have been just a bunch of birds and you're plucking feathers out one at a time.
Well,
and you're going, I'll be back in a year for a refill.
There was a real problem in the 19th century. They began to experience a real shortage of quills. Why might that be?
Oh, avian flu or something. Was it?
No, just more people could read and write, darling.
Amazing. Very dark mind, Tom, very dark. I read a really interesting thing that Clive James wrote about typewriters. He said about the noise that writing used to make. So when he wrote his first memoir, he wrote it on a typewriter. It was a terrific racket all day long.
It was a phenomenal noise.
Ping for every line.
And I still, that's a sign of my age, because I still do that when
Really?
I
On an iPad, you'll do that?
Yeah, I know, it's very annoying.
I would like to have that effect when I press return, that it goes ting.
Do you
just so other people on the train in the quiet carriage would be
You know, when you hear people on their phone and they haven't turned the keypad tones off?
Yes. Oh, it's so endearing, isn't it?
Oh, that was a good noise as well.
I just say to them, you know you can turn that off, don't you?
Do you? Are
Yeah.
you bold
Do you?
like that?
Yeah, I just say, do you want me to do it for you?
Throw the phone
Now, you've got a crow feather.
Oh, thanks.
These were for autistic people. They were specifically for drawing thin lines. So you might be doing an architectural drawing or some such thing.
You might be drawing my body. You get it?
You've got a swan quill.
Oh, lovely.
And that's only the best. So
Thank
Elizabeth
you.
the First, she preferred swan. But the everyday one, Thomas Jefferson kept his own geese.
I was so pleased when I got given this, and now I feel like...
Jimmy?
No, you're all right-handed?
Yeah, I'm right-handed, yeah.
You would need a quill from a left wing if you're right-handed, because you don't want the feather to be hitting you in the face.
That must have been awful, then, if they weren't killing the birds and they were just bald on one side. Just flying in circles going, well, this one still works.
If bald eagles lose a feather on one wing, they will shed it on the same one on the other side.
Wow.
Why might they do that?
Fashion.
So wait, so you pull out one, they pull out... That's fascinating.
Yeah, but what's that, though? What's that?
It's a seagull going to the library.
No, coming back from the library.
Oh, sorry. I are thinking of starting a high-quality airline, but we don't have the quantity of money required. What cost-saving measures could we take?
How much are trains?
Say you still wanted to go in the airline business.
How much would it cost to put wings on a train?
There are driverless trains, perhaps don't have pilots or stewards.
Gliders.
Right, why?
No fuel costs.
Well, it is fuel that we want to save. We want to help the environment, you want to save money and so on. So here's an extraordinary thing.
No passengers.
Well, you want the passengers...
Or luggage.
You want the passengers to be as light as possible.
Skinny people with no bags. Are you allowed to advertise that?
Yes. In 2013, Samoa Air were the very first airline to charge passengers according to their own weight. Yeah,
they did it.
Yeah, they had to pay one Samoan thalas, that's roughly sort of 30p, for every kilo that they and their luggage weighed.
Wow.
But the actual plane, you can save money on the actual plane. I know it sounds very strange, but white planes are more efficient than dark planes.
What?
Lighter paint is literally lighter. Dark paint on an aeroplane can add the equivalent weight of 8 passengers. You look, James, as though you don't believe me.
Well, it does sound like a lie.
Why might dark paint be heavier, do you think?
Because evil?
Dark paint is heavier because it has more pigments.
More pigments, more pigments.
Yeah.
I was going to say pigment.
I was going to say pigment.
I was going to say, but I was allowing
All right,
you...
children, all right. So, if you look at a plane, you'll see most of them are of a lighter colour.
Why paint it at all?
So that is the other option, is that you could polish it. However, you do need to wash it more often to offset corrosion, if you've just polished it. And white paint would be cheaper, because actually the money you'd save on fuel, you'd spend on washing. So those are your
It sounds
those are your
like
choices.
a headache, really. I'm not going to open a air flight business.
Are you not?
Yeah.
But it's amazing where you can save money. So in 2018, United Airlines switched to lighter paper for the in-flight magazine, all right? They saved 1 ounce per copy. Doesn't seem like very much at all. But it's £11 saved for a full flight. You multiply that by the whole fleet, over a single year, you have saved 170,000 gallons of fuel worth $290,000. Just a single ounce of paper on each individual in-flight magazine. The airline's beverage cart, it now weighs half what the old ones used to weigh. They've stopped duty-free sales in many instances.
Well, I've picked a few already you can get rid of. That little tiny tray that the other trays are in,
yes.
Why does that exist? I mean, all of the food can go because it looks shit.
I noticed on a flight I was on recently that they weren't showing Ocean's 11, but they were showing Ocean's 8, so that's three people.
That's three straight away. In the 1980s, there was a man called Robert Crandall. He was then head of American Airlines, and he removed just one olive from every single salad served to their customers. Nobody noticed, and they saved $40,000 a year.
Yeah, but I bet he was fatter at the end of it. If he's popping an olive from everyone's plate in every plane, that's having some effect. I'm no scientist.
No, clearly.
You could say no hats. No one could really get annoyed if you said no hats.
There's a lot of screws in a plane as well. I reckon a couple of those.
The Japanese airline called All Nippon Airways, in 2009, they asked passengers to visit the loo before boarding. They calculated that a full 767 could hold 240 pounds of urine inside its passengers, and if everybody boarded with an empty bladder, they calculated they could reduce carbon emissions by 5 tonnes over the course of a month.
Is that man doing a selfie while he's
Started waking up earlier in order to get more selfies.
Is it
teenagers?
Teenagers? No.
There are all these young pop stars, the Kardashians and stuff, who've got selfies. Do I win something?
No, it's not a good thing.
I get a buzz for saying Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, because we thought it was predictable that somebody at some point...
I'm not Kanye West!
Don't get cross, darling. It's fine. Remember, we're in Q and we're doing animals.
Q animals.
Q animals.
Quail.
Queen koala.
OK, you are in the right part of the world.
A queen kangaroo.
You are in the right part of the world. It is the world's happiest...
Oh, that tiny face from New Zealand?
Yes.
Australia. A tiny happy one from Australia. I mean, when you take a picture, it looks like he's smiling, and people keep taking pictures, and it looks like he's poking his head in, smiling. So
It is the world's happiest animal.
Is it a quagga?
Quagga, yes, absolutely right. Very well. Have you seen one?
What?
Look, so cute!
No, I haven't, but I want one.
They live mostly on a little tiny island called Rottnest, just off Perth, just off the coast of Western Australia.
That's a great photo.
Isn't it the cutest
I don't
thing?
trust it. That's like a person in a suit. That's...
Oh, look, have you seen the rest of the peloton? I lost the guys completely.
So the quokka, it's an Aboriginal word, and the Dutch sailors initially mistook them for giant rats, so that's why the island is called Rottnest. And there are more than 7,400 quokka selfies, which were posted on social media in 2018.
So cute.
Helped by the fact that people like Roger Federer, the tennis player, and Margot Robbie, the actress, both did them. There's Roger Federer with quokka. And apparently...
Who are you R-ing, Roger Federer or the Quokkas? Everybody was like,
They were all on push bikes as well, didn't they?
Here is the sweetest thing about them. They're nocturnal, but those that are on Rottnest are now staying awake during the day in order to spend time with the tourists. And the ones who are on the bit of the island that's highly developed for tourism are doing better than the ones in the less disturbed habitats. Yeah. Here's the thing that's slightly going to put you off the quokka.
Oh, does it shit in your face? That put me right
It's
off.
got a gland that makes a stew that you have sex with.
Do not eat their pavlovas.
Not great parents. So when the female quokka becomes aware of a predator, the first thing she does is she ejects the joey from her pouch, and the infant lies on the ground making a sort of hissing noise, and this distraction allows the mother to escape and leave the predator. Really?
I mean, you say bad parent, but in a way, she's smart, isn't she?
Animals do that, don't they?
Well, grey kangaroos do it, swamp wallabies, and there are lots of other
Are they
examples.
called coquettes, the female quokkas?
Roger Federer and the Quokkas is the band I want to see.
Quokkas get their beauty sleep at night now, so they can always look their best for a daytime selfie.
But selfies are dangerous.
Oh, yes, they are. Many people die doing selfies.
Also, like, I was given advice by a comedian who said, oh, if a fan comes and they recognize you and they're excited, maybe you should say, oh, do you want a selfie? Because sometimes they're too shy. And I followed this advice.
Yes.
And in Nottingham, a woman was like, oh, I recognize you. I was like, oh, hi. And I said, do you want a selfie? And she said, no, you're not the Eiffel Tower.
What's the most dangerous thing to do in bed?
Tell the truth.
Anybody else?
Reverse cowgirl? They had that locked and loaded?
There was some suggestion you might say that, darling. Is it a particular favourite? Yeah, how did they know? So we're looking at the past. We're looking at particularly the Victorian era, so something that is dangerous to do in bed in the Victorian time.
They would have had candles and things to light themselves to bed.
Yep. Exactly
gas lamps and things.
Candles in particular.
Oh, candles. Yeah.
Why would you take a candle to bed?
So is it reading in bed?
To read, yeah, reading. The Silent Killer. It's not thought to be a good thing at all because it was burning as you drifted off.
Yeah.
There's a most fantastic summary of fires in London from 1833 to 1866. So in those days, all fires were dealt with by the fire insurance company, and they kept meticulous records. So here's a quick snapshot of 19th century London life. One death from a fire caused by a jackdaw. No details provided, that's it. Don't know what that was. Another caused by a monkey. 2 attributed to smoking in bed. 3 to sewing in bed. Anybody?
Yes.
12 to lightning, but the figure that tops all of these is 34 lethal fires caused by reading in bed. In fact, exactly equalled by the number of fires started by cats. Another common hazard in the 1800s, of course, Christmas trees. Now, I dispute this. In those days, Christmas trees were lit with real candles.
Yeah.
Now, I am Danish. For the last 60 years, I've had Christmas lit with real candles, and so far, not a flicker of a fire. Just don't set the tree on fire. It's not complicated, but apparently it was so great a risk in this country that insurance companies refused...
So you've got the candles on the
Special
tree?
candle holders that hook onto the branch like that, and you just make sure, when you put the candle on, that there isn't a branch directly above. That is the key to it. Honestly, I've never known this to happen, but insurance companies refuse to insure people against this particular thing.
I think as long as you remember to take the jackdaw out at night.
Yeah.
Perhaps not. The lack of a jackdaw is why we've been so successful so far.
Has anyone ever done a poem about jackdaws and backdoors? Because if they haven't, I'm going to do one before the end. It's really bothering me that it sounds so like a backdoor.
You're right, the jackdaw and the backdoor. It does sound like some kind of reverse...
They go together.
Yes, they do. Right, you do that. We'll do the next question on our own.
Jackdaw, backdoor, lack-more, smack-whore. That's what I've got to. Seashore, seashore. Crack-whore. I'm thinking crack-whore is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, what about bee-paw?
Beating a bee-paw? No, it's got to be...
Why am I joining in?
She sells seashells down by the crack hall. Here comes a jackdaw flying in the back door.
You carry on, darling.
I've never been happier. Dopamine.
Hacksaw. Oh, my goodness. Hang on, I'm looking at Jimmy Tax Law. Who searches for scollocks around a bunny hole?
See, now you've nearly said bollock.
Is it Hugh Hefner?
We are using historical slang from Cornwall. I can tell you that a hollybubber might search for scollocks around a bunny hole. So, Cornwall, what's Cornwall famous?
Pixies.
Pixies, I love that. No.
Crabs.
Tin. It is quarrying. We are in the world of quarrying. Scollocks are small pieces of stone which you might find around the edge of a quarry. The bunny hole is pretty simple, actually. It's just the entrance to the mine or the quarry. Oh. And the hollybubber is someone who makes a living collecting these stones. So, we've got that. Hollybubbers, scollocks and bunny holes. Can you work out what any of these pieces of quarrying slang might be used for in a sentence. There they are. Anybody want to make a sentence out of one of those words?
Dumblehole is the online porno name that Dumbledore goes by.
Lego's the most fun you can have with plastic.
Let go of me nog, you dumble-hole. Or I'll thrust you in the breast.
Yeah, there you go. They're wonderful words. To knob is to remove protruding pieces of stone.
No, it isn't.
Throstle breast is any kind of stone which has got a sort of spotted appearance. Dumblehole is sweet, isn't it? It's a derelict quarry, so one that's no longer in use. And Lego is an old word for a fault in a quarry. Quarry, of course, comes from the Latin meaning to make square. That is a place where square blocks of stone were made. What was the problem with the biggest stone ever quarried?
It was really heavy.
Yes, is the right answer.
It rolled down a hill and landed on Wile E. Coyote.
No, it was too heavy to move, the largest stone ever quarried. It was found in Lebanon in 2014. It was named the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. It weighs 1,650 tons, which is the same as 500 elephants, or 8.25...
Camels.
Brontosaurus. Blue whales.
Blue whales! Look at a mirror next to a lift. Any thoughts about this? We're talking about waiting.
Next to a lift or in a lift?
No, next to it. It's to do with you looking at yourself. People dislike waiting in line, but they do like looking at themselves. People don't complain if the lift takes a long time to arrive, if they can constantly see themselves. I love this picture, though, so we had an experiment to see if we could recreate this with all of you. So let's have a look. Are we able to do that? There. What do you think? I know!
Oh, it's top of the pops from the 70s.
I love it. It's like a giant centipede.
That was brilliant.
That's really good fun.
Wow! Can we do like the swimming thing where we go...
This is brilliant.
Beginning to look like a Bollywood movie.
It just keeps going after you're finished.
Do you know what I did there? I actually tried to catch myself. Oh, see, I did. You had me.
It's like synchronised swimming on your own.
Brilliant.
Very good. Our queuing advice is to really rile people up by ignoring the instructions at an airport and standing on the left of an underground escalator. That's really upset you.
No. That's the only thing I care about after Brexit.
Yeah.
Well, that's only down here that's a problem.
That is London.
It's only London. It's not even a... It's not even questioned anywhere else. Stand wherever you want.
You stand wherever you want?
Yeah, it's not a thing. Do what you want. It's just a thing down here.
Stand on the right.
Not in anywhere else.
Fucking stand on the right.
What's your normal temperature?
Isn't it lower if you're a woman than a man?
Slightly higher for a woman.
Slightly higher?
Yeah, it was one or the other, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Just go either way with that.
Because, you know, there's that stereotype of, like, turn up the heating, but I'm too hot, babes.
It is an issue that office temperatures are set to male averages as opposed to female averages.
Do you know a fact about Christine Lagarde, who's the head...
I don't know any facts about Christine Lagarde.
Oh, well, you're about to bloody get one, Sandy. Let's swap chairs. Can I have your glasses for a second?
Do you want some cards?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's got all the answers on there,
Of course, the interesting about Christine Lagarde that she used to do was that she... Please stop laughing, darling. I'm trying to get through the fact. She, when she'd go into business meetings, would put on a lot of layers for the meeting and turn down the heating, so it'd be freezing cold and they'd all be shivering, so they'd make a deal quicker.
Is that true?
Yes, or sometimes she'd turn up the heating really hot and she'd come in like a small dress and the men would get really sweaty and then they'd try and hurry through the meeting.
I love that about her. That's
Thank you very much.
fantastic.
That's a little fact.
Very good. So, what do we reckon? Normal body temperature, you know...
97.6. That's not what I said.
It has often been said 98.6 is a sort of normal temperature.
I got it wrong, of course.
If you...
97.6 is most recently dead.
It turns out there's no single value for normal. There was a study in 1868 by a German doctor with the wonderful name of Karl Reinhold August Wunderlich. Oh. He had a thermometer that was a foot long. Put it under people's armpits and it took 20...
thank God.
I know. It took 20 minutes to actually assess what the temperature was. And it turns out the thermometer, which has been recently retested, had been calibrated wrong. And it ran about 3 degrees higher in Fahrenheit than a modern thermometer. And the fact that he took it under the arm, which produces readings that are lower and less reliable than temperatures taken orally. So he was working with errors in both directions, basically. It's no wonder he settled entirely on the wrong answer.
So there he is. There is a picture of an idiot.
Well, actually, you were inadvertently, possibly, closest. The average actually comes out at about 97.7. And you said 97.6. So I think you should get another point for that. That's very good.
He's even getting them right by accident.
Yeah. So you've each got a way of measuring temperature beside you there. So let's see which one we think is the most reliable. Nish, what have you got, Tony?
I've got a sort of piece of paper.
Yeah. Do you know how those work?
Up the butt.
Well, good luck with that. They're all happy to wait.
Does it go on the...
It goes on the forehead. Now, why might that not be ideal?
Oh, because heat rises to the top, so your head's the hottest part of you.
No.
You know what? I genuinely thought you were going to go yes, and everyone's going to go ooh, and it just didn't happen at all.
So here's the thing, it's measuring the temperature of your skin and not your body.
Oh.
So similarly, if you put it on your scrotum, that would be wrong. The reason men have a scrotum is it's deliberately to keep the balls a bit cooler than the rest of the body.
Yes. I did not know that.
A better way would be to design testicles in a way that it can be at the same temperature as the rest of the body, but it was in some way fudged. No, it's fine, we'll just have them in a disgusting flesh bag. That's workable for a few hundreds of thousands of years.
I love that we've agreed on disgusting flesh bag. From one form of artistic expression to another, what is the most disgusting panel you can think of?
Oh, goodness, I've forgotten about that picture. It does look like I'm sort of merging into Alan.
I'd like to take a moment, Sandy, to thank you for the nasal trimmers you got me for Christmas.
It does look like you're saying, like, look, I've got nothing up my nose, OK?
So it's the letter Q we are looking for. What else might you have in a...
I'm absolutely stumped, actually, Sandy.
OK, so the answer is quilts.
Quilts?
Quilts, yeah.
Oh, well, we were never going to get quilts.
But I think that is the point of the programme.
Well, then we did really well.
Yes, you did very well. There's a woman called Anna Demetriou. She was the 2018 president of the Science and Arts section of the British Science Association, and she made a quilt where every panel was impregnated with MRSA bacteria. Now, of course, she'd heavily treated it, so it wasn't going to kill you to actually hold the quilt up. It is Staphylococcus or aureus bacteria, so MRSA is the deadly strain of this, and what she was trying to do was to highlight the problem of antibiotic resistance.
Ooh.
Unpleasantly, I think. She got the bacteria out of her own nose and grew it on the quilt.
We did that to the Native Americans, didn't we? We gave them quilts with smallpox.
You're right, they did give out blankets infected with smallpox in order to subdue, they called it, the Native American
So what
population.
point was she making with this?
She's just trying to show us the real issue that we're having at the moment with antibiotic resistances. In fact, the whole thing about making quilts and so on goes much further. So during various wars in the 19th century, it was very common for soldiers to make rather intricate quilts, often made from scraps of uniform. They were known as convalescence quilts. And some of the most complex examples have up to 25,000 pieces of fabric in them. When I was a child, duvets were called continental quilts. Does anybody remember this? Continental quilts?
I remember them starting. I just remember going to a hotel and it didn't have sheets and blankets. And we really didn't know what to do with ourselves. Tuck it in, now it's going to fall. And some of them did fall off. They'd slide straight off you.
They first came to Britain in about 1964, and it was Habitat who advertised them, saying that you could make a bed so quickly, just a few shakes, that even a man could do it.
And how wrong they were, because getting that cover on...
Yeah, this is what we're going to do. So, you've each got a quilt and a cover.
Right.
Oh. So we're going to have a very quick competition.
Couldn't be easier.
To see who can be quickest.
Hang on, I haven't undone the bow yet. I haven't got my key.
Get your quilt out. We're going to do it all at the same time.
Wait.
OK.
OK.
Is everybody...
I can't find the opening, Sandy.
Hang on, can we open it? Where do we start from?
Can't find my thing.
OK, ready? 1, 2, 3,
no,
go!
I'm not ready, I'm not ready. I'm nowhere near ready. Oh, my God! No, I can't do it.
Hang on, mine's buttoned up.
Girls have got it!
Hang on. Mine's buttoned up. Yours didn't have buttons on it. Mine's buttoned up. That's not fair.
Jimmy!
Yes.
He has staff to do it for him.
Are you all right? Mind your hair.
What happened? I think it's all right. I did, yeah. I mean... Wow.
I think I'm not the only one who's amazed it stayed on.
We especially got a duvet cover for you with blue whales on. We were very pleased. Are you all right, sweetheart? So I think, no question about it, Lou was the winner there. It was absolutely fantastic. Yes. The truth is, the average distance between asteroids is about 600,000 miles. Most of the objects, when you do come across one, about the size of a tennis ball.
I don't think that's right. And again, I know you guys are all sitting there with your science and stuff like that, but no.
OK. 12 spacecraft have so far travelled through our solar system's asteroid belt. None of them has ever come even close to
But that's
colliding.
your issue right there, Sandi
What?
Toksvig. Our solar system. I'm talking about the other solar systems that exist.
All the other ones
All
that we
the other
don't
ones
know about.
that we don't know about
OK.
that might look like that.
I weirdly was sticking to facts we knew.
You should have QI brackets Earth version.
Yeah, that's it. The chances of being hit by an asteroid is about 1 in a billion if you go into an
That
asteroid.
would be really
The
unlucky.
chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1. They say, woo, wee, wee.
Where's that song from?
That's from Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. When I was younger, we only had one tape in the car for summer holidays, and it was that one tape, and we listened to it for 10 years.
That's a really long holiday.
We had the same with Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, yeah.
A flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight.
Colours melted into darkness. I was left alone. May I return?
May I return
to the beginning.
The world and I.
The world and I.
We are still dreaming.
find a lot less material than you might think. Why is this skirt called?
That really was intolerable.
That was terrible. And you, all of you. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.